Bob, I want to look at the TSA and the whole police state grid before we get back into the economy. We published an article yesterday because a caller pointed it out that the unions all over the country, no law, Homeland Security is just ordering them to enroll the millions of union people in a biometric card, drug testing for steel workers, school workers, trash men, you name it. And now Watson has discovered that Fox News 23 is reporting, but we have a detailed article on it. FBI agents trained garbage collectors to report suspicious activity or suspicions. And it says nationwide waste watch spy program, another alarming reminder of society in terminal decay. Former FBI agents are helping local authorities train thousands of garbage collectors across the country as a nationwide internal spy force to report suspicious activity to police. Yet another example of how America is turning into East German Stasi informant society as the country decays from within. But then meanwhile, the hijackers are trained at U.S. bases. Anwar al-Awlaki, the head of al-Qaeda, is hanging out at the Pentagon. I called the FBI last week, the Threat Fusion Center number. The FBI was running it, and they didn't want to hear about it. Continuing, so I'm reporting real stuff. Local news reports out of Albany concerning the new Waste Watch program. Again, guilty until proven innocent. Garbage collectors are trained by former FBI agents to look for suspicious activity. And, of course, that'll be just digging through all your stuff, stealing data, everything. We're replete with nodding drones expressing how delighted they were that they were being spied on by their fellow Americans. Your local trash man will help prevent crime. Now they admit they have the cable guys in your house spying on you. And, of course, it's always for terror first, but then a week later, are they spanking their kids? Do you smell marijuana? Do you see firearms? They've got the real estate agents now. All the time people get police called on them for reloading equipment in their garage because that looks suspicious. I mean, this is getting insane. This article just came out at prisonplanet.com, folks. Get it to Drudge, get it to everybody. This is big. FBI agents train garbage collectors to report suspicious activity. Bob Chapman, your take on this and the TSA, Homeland Security telescreens going in now 9,000 stores, not just 800 Walmarts. It's like a nightmare.
It was all laid out by the people who used to run East Germany. And when the wall came down, they recruited them, paid them quite a bit of money, and including Marcus Wolf, who was a monster. And none of them were ever prosecuted for anything. I mean, with all the things that they did, the murders and the tortures and everything. And they showed them in Washington how you would do what they're doing right now, this spy network. And when the wall came down as well, there were hundreds of thousands of people living in what was previously Western Germany who had been spying in behalf of Eastern Germany, never mind the hundreds of thousands in Eastern Germany who were spying on each other. In fact, the Western German government, which is the government we have today, ordered the records destroyed.
Yeah, the Western government went along with it. But Bob, this is now they're going to anybody who's under city or county control or private unions and saying it is your job to not just dump trash in, but spy on it. And the cable guys have been recruited. I mean, this is outrageous. And meanwhile, we know who's committing the crime. We know CIA aircraft crash all the time full of drugs. I mean, I'm sick of it. I'm sick. I want to walk up to every cop out there and every bureaucrat and go, I know you work for drug dealing scum. It came out in the WikiLeaks this week in the Houston news that DynCorp was running kidnapped little boys. And nobody gets in trouble, but they'll freak out over marijuana. I'm sick of it. Go ahead.
Well, DynCorp has been nabbed in a giant prostitution ring in Serbia after the war, which is 10 or 12 years ago. And the guys that took over in Cavasso, the Muslims, they're running the drugs from Afghanistan into Europe.
Oh, now it's come out that the KLA, thousands and thousands of men, women, children, they just grabbed the Serbs and cut their organs out, and I guess that's what our allies do.
That's right. And of all places, most of them were shipped to Israel because they offer the highest price. But the point is, why are they doing what they're doing in America? And they're setting up the same kind of system as they had in Soviet Russia and all of the satellites, and in particularly Eastern Germany, which is probably the most effective counterintelligence operation and intelligence operation in that Soviet family, so to speak. And so that's what we got today. And I've written about it before. I saw it coming. Others did too, but not many. But that's always the way. And they're going to try to create an atmosphere like they did with the Hitlerjunge in Germany. Spy on your parents. I mean, it's incredible, and this is what it's coming to.
Oh, no. I've got videos in Austin News where they said $200, the biggest bonus for turning in mommy and daddy, and the parents are like, oh, I love putting my child in the public school where they're taught to spy on me. I mean, it's just, like you said, naked, brazen, blatant. It's just so supercharged, in-your-face leering, and we know they're staging the terror attacks. These people are maniacs. Now the dollar devaluation's accelerating. What's your take on the Chinese and Russians making good on their 2-week-old announcement to only do trade with each other in the Chinese currency? Do you agree with a lot of analysts that this year is probably the year that the dollar's already dying as the world reserve currency, but by the end of this next year coming up, it's going to be basically official?
Well, we predicted that, and I think there's a good chance of that. And I think that there's going to be strength in the dollar going into the first quarter, and the reason why is the debt refunding in the first quarter that has to happen in Europe, and that would tend to make the euro and other European currencies, and don't forget, there's only 16 members in the euro, and there's 27 countries in the European Union, so there's other currencies as well. And they're going to be under pressure because the euro is, and the others by proxy, so to speak, or by contagion, probably a better word. And that's going to put pressure on the euro again during the first quarter until that giant part of a very large yearly refinancing is done. And the U.S. is facing the same thing, but it's laid out more over the year rather than the first quarter. So I think you can't wait. The dollar should not become a lot lower until late in the first quarter going into the second quarter.
Now, you've talked about inflation starting to accelerate. Now we see interest rates going up for the general public for housing and loans. But even though the supposed rate is still the same, we see oil going up to $92 today. What's your view on that?
Well, I think oil is being deliberately manipulated upward, and it's not hard for the people who produce oil to do that. They're all countries, with the exception of, maybe 20 or 30 non-countries that produce large amounts of oil. And so it's very easy to manipulate. And the long side on the market is very, very strong. And so where are they going to stop with oil? I don't know. And I think that people who produce oil believe that they should be receiving more for their oil because of the diminution of the value of the dollar. And they're right. They do deserve a higher price than they were getting. I think a bottom on oil is, at least in the format that we're in now, is probably $60, $65 a barrel. Yes, we're approaching 100. It'll probably go there because they want it there.
All right, stay there. We got to go to break. I got more financial questions for Bob. Stay with us.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I've been safe and warm.
You know, I know Christmas is coming up next week. I just want to wish everybody a healthy and happy Christmas and holiday season. I want to thank all of our listeners, our AM and FM affiliates, our sponsors, everybody. The GCN Radio Network, they got a lot of important news up at GCNlive.com. In fact, we've got that article, FBI agents train garbage collectors to report suspicious activity. Governor Ventura probes Pentagon attack, unreleased 911 video, and missing trillions. That's at GCNlive.com. GCNlive.com. The Great Crumbling to Begin, that's at GCNlive.com. Austin joins rebellion against naked body scanners, that's at GCNlive.com. There's a lot of other big breaking news and information, of course, as well, up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Another great place to visit is TheInternationalForecaster.com. If you want to call and get a free, the latest introductory hard copy, either emailed or mailed to you, you can call Midas. They'll send one out to you for free. That's a great value. And just really piercing information and research. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. Midas Resources, the parent company that supports Genesis, also has great deals on gold and silver. A lot of other places are sold out, or they've got huge premiums. I'm telling you, great deals at Midas Resources, 800-686-2237. Their regular prices are wonderful, very competitive, but when you tell them, I want to hear a list of radio specials from Alex Jones, that's the smoking deals that are 5 to 10 points on average lower than what their main prices are. 800-686-2237 to find out about the lost leaders and the best deals. And don't wait to get into gold and silver. Briefly, Bob Chapman, what's your view on gold and silver? What have they been up to lately trying to suppress it unsuccessfully?
Well, the February contract right now is up $6.50, and the March contract's up 44 cents, and they're going to be trading for another couple of hours. And it looks like we may be ending this mini correction. And all you people out there got to realize that gold and silver have always been a volatile market. And now they're even more volatile than ever because you have more people getting involved, not particularly from the United States, but particularly from Europe and Asia that haven't been big buyers in the last 30 years or big buyers ever. And so there's a lot of volatility. You got the U.S. government and other central banks in the market manipulating it. It's something you got to put up with. And you don't look at it every day. You don't trade it. You go long and you stay long. And don't think about it. If you want to make changes from time to time in either your coins or your bullion or your stock for some reason, you do so. But for all intents and purposes, you buy and you hold it. And you don't worry about gold going from $1,400 to $1,375 or whatever it is. Or silver going from
because if you look at the yearly graph versus the 10-year, it's just going straight up.
That's right. It's been going there for 10 years. 19.6% appreciation compounded in gold bullion over the last 10 years. It does not get any better than that. And this is only the end of phase one, the beginning of phase two. There'll be 3 or 4 phases in this. Ron Paul and I have both talked about $6,000 gold price for backing, new backing on $1. It's very, very possible. Others are predicting 4,000, some more. We won't know until we get there, but it's going to be up in that realm, so to speak. And so you're going to see silver trading at $100 or $200 an ounce. I don't know. All I know is it's going higher.
All I know is they're devaluing currencies worldwide, not just the dollar, and so you're going to see oil go up, all of it. Now, if you want to call Midas Resources, tell them it's the radio special. We'll get the lowest prices, 800-686-2237, or if you want a free copy of the International Forecaster, 800-686-2237. They've got some other deals on the full-year subscription of the Forecaster when you get a Frank. Bob, God bless you. God bless you all. Great job, crew. Ventura's coming up.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Drive safe, folks. Drive safe out there.